For me, obviously getting my degree was a really important aspect of choosing Cardiff, but the rugby programme really stood out to me as well. I think prior to attending the uni, I came to a sort of rugby open day, which really sold the programme to me in terms of the strength and conditioning, analysis, the training sessions and facilities. The club really has it all, and to balance it with a really strong degree at a top Russell Group University, I think is a good balance. First of all, I think the facilities are really good for down at Llanrumney, but also Talabon and the university gym as well. In terms of the session plan, how we run the week, in terms of gym in the mornings and training in the evenings, work around our academic schedule, and the coaching right from the S&C staff to the on-pitch and physios, just all work well in a good team environment to give us the opportunity to thrive as a club. So when I applied, I ended up attending the Rugby Open Day, in which we sort of had a feel for what the environment was going to be like, and heard a lot more about the programme. And I think the thing that sold it for me was that analysis, S&C, not just the on-field stuff, but everything the club do off the field as well to really make it us the best rugby players we can be. So I think the biggest thing is balancing it around our studies. So we're up gymming early on Mondays and Fridays, and then in our own time on the weekends, and then training in the evenings, Monday and a Friday as well, with games on a Wednesday. And then with the coaches and other boys always helping out with any additional sessions we want to do or one-on-one stuff we do in our own time as well. So it's quite a busy schedule with all your academics, but it's a good balance. BUCS Super Rugby is really a really good standard. I think it is a step up from school rugby and academy league, which a lot of boys are stepping in from those sort of environments. But the standard across the whole league is very good, and you get to have that exposure against playing good opposition on a weekly basis. But yeah, it's been described as the best league around, so I'd agree with that, yeah. I think that's the best thing about Cardiff Uni Rugby for me, is the depth in terms of we've got the Barbarian sides, the development teams, the first and twos, and the freshers team. So you really can come in at sort of any standard, and it can be shaped, the environment can be shaped around you to sort of progress and grow as a player. We had boys, an example last year, who started off in the Barbar side and worked their way up to the first team, and were one of our standout players last year. So I think it shows that no matter how you come in, the opportunity is still there to play first team by the end of the time you leave Cardiff. So I wouldn't worry about sort of what standard you've played in the past. It really is sort of a fresh start to work your way up. The opportunities of playing in the two Cardiff clashes especially give you a really good experience to play in front of a crowd of 5,000–6,000 people. These are opportunities you don't really get elsewhere, so something that really stood out for Cardiff for me when I was applying, and obviously not in BUCS Super Rugby, but the varsity match at the end of the year as well is an awesome opportunity for exposure and to play in front of a big crowd at a big stadium with the whole university supporting behind you. Cardiff University is the best place to study because, first of all, it's located right in the city, so there's always things going on in the environment, especially from a rugby point of view. You look at the Six Nations and the Autumn Internationals, it's always a great environment. Alongside that, with Cardiff being a top 10 university for rugby, whilst getting a really good degree from a top Russell Group University, provides the best environment to thrive here.